Jordan, oh my God, he was so much.
Laura and Joel Cappuccino are hurting. They were inconsolable at times as they struggled to cope with the death of their youngest child.
He was my world. He was my world.
Jordan Cappuccino was the youngest of 6. They described him as a good man with a big heart.
Jordan was a loving, caring young man. He would help anybody out.
What's up, Jabo here, and today we have a new video, and for this one we are talking about a 20-year-old man from Houston, Texas who was gunned down after chasing robbers who held his friend at gunpoint for a $7,000 chain outside a nightclub. On September 17th, 2022, around 2:30 a.m., Houston police responded to reports about a shooting and a vehicle that crashed into a tree in the 6600 block of Maybank Drive. When police arrived on the scene, they discovered a man suffering from a gunshot wound. Paramedics transported him to an area hospital where he died from his injuries. He was identified as 20-year-old Jordan Cappuccino. According to reports, Jordan was out with friends he knew since elementary school. They were leaving Club Volcan, located at 415 West Little York in Houston, Texas. Jordan went to get his truck as his friend stayed in front of the club and saw 3 gunmen armed with guns and a rifle approach one of his friends. Demanding the chain around his neck in fear of being killed, the friend gave up the chain. Reports say it has a value of $7,000 and it belonged to his father and he wore it without permission. After giving up the chain, the men were left in shock and were determined to get it back. Jordan and his friends got in the vehicle and chased the robbers who were in 2 separate cars. They were following the robbers for about 16 minutes to a cul-de-sac on Maybank Drive and Silver Road. When they stopped at the cul-de-sac, a truck came from behind and trapped them. As they were trying to get out, the suspects hopped out the truck and fired multiple rounds into Jordan's truck, striking him, and he crashed his truck into a tree. No information about his friends, but from the information out right now, it's as clear as day that nothing happened to them. As for their family, they want justice for Jordan and those responsible to suffer the consequences.
We will find who did this. I said, Lord, you have the last say so on a lot of things. You take the wheel and bring everybody who is responsible to justice.
My son does not own a gun. His friend does not own a gun. Why did they take that step to pursue them? I just don't know why.
Youngest of 6, he was a protector with a big smile and an even bigger heart. Now his mother says she won't rest until everyone involved in his murder is brought to justice.
I am his voice. I am Jordan's voice.
After the robber shot up Jordan's truck, striking him, 2 trucks fled the scene. Police later arrested a man. He was identified as 20-year-old Daniel Medrano. He is charged with capital murder. In Texas, a capital murder charge carries a life sentence or the death penalty. Houston police then arrested another man. He was identified as 20-year-old George Antonio Cruz, who is also charged with capital murder. He can be seen in this video in court as the family watched the man who was involved in Jordan's death. At the time of this recording, 2 other suspects remain on the loose. A surveillance still image was released by police of the pickup truck they are looking for. Police say the pickup truck has significant damage to the front driver's side door and the front quarter panel. At this time, the family are just now hoping everything turns out the way they wanted to, but right now 2 men have been arrested and they are charged with capital murder, which carries life or death in prison. As police continue to investigate, the 2 other male suspects remain at large. They are described as Hispanic males around 20 years old. Man, this entire situation is very sad because now that you look at it, it's like, man, why would they go ahead and take it upon themselves to go after these robbers knowing that they were armed with guns? And even his mom was saying the exact same thing as well, saying that he did not own a gun, nor did his friend. So why would they do that if they know that these suspects are armed and dangerous? But It appears that that chain belonged to his father and he wanted to get it back as soon as possible because he wore it without permission. But now we have 2 male suspects in custody and they're facing a lot of years behind bars or even death, while 2 others are still on the loose, but probably they will be arrested very soon as they are still trying to investigate. They even have this truck that they're looking for, and it has been a while that this happened, a couple weeks ago, but hopefully everything's okay and Jordan's family get justice. And that is it for this video. Leave a comment, let me know what y'all think. But yeah, I'm out.